Yo, what's up guys, this is Huda and welcome to the first episode of my new series, which is called What's Up World. I'm gonna do another video explaining what What's Up World is about, because today we don't really have time. Actually, a lot of tea to spill out. So without further ado, let's start. Today, as you know by the title, we're going to talk about the scandal that broke head loose in South Korea. And so right now, you know that scandal is pretty much the Burning Sun scandal. So before we go into this video and talk about the scandal, actually I have to do a mini biography of the person we're going to talk about, and that is Seunggi. Seunggi's real name is Lee Seung-yeon, and he was a former Big Bang, you know, the ones that were like bang 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 and fantastic baby dance. I feel sorry actually for Big Bang right now because I just fucked up the dance. He's a former member of Big Bang, which are under YGent Entertainment. You need to know that because of what's coming next. So he pretty much retired, and yeah, he has a lot of companies such as Aridamen and Beauty Holdings, also as Monkey Museum, Burning Sun, Arena, and many others. You need to know about those businesses because we're going to talk about them in today's video. SBS filmed a behind the scene of the girl group Blackpink, Jisoo preparing a drink for Jennie. So many people were asking like, who was filming this and everything, and it was actually the manager. So the manager, the funny thing about him is that he was Seunggi's manager in the past, and he decided to pretty much leave because he didn't like what he was doing. You may wonder, did you knew about what he was doing? MBC News diffused a footage of a aggression at the Burning Sun, and that was like that made everything start. The victim was called Kim Sang-kyo. Who was called? Like, he's still called Kim Sang-kyo, and he was pretty much aggressed by Burning Sun staff and really brutally aggressed. I mean, they pretty much beat him up. So he called the police for them to, you know, stop things and get his justice. Things got worse because when police came, they brought them to Yeoksam's police station in Yeoksam, of course, and they beat them too. After that, Kim Sang-kyo shared on Bobby Dream, which is a social media, what happened really. And he said that there was a woman that came to him running and hid behind his back. So of course he just asked for help from a security guard because he thought that she was aggressed, like sexually aggressed, and he wasn't expecting actually that the security guard will beat him up, and he did beat him up with his friends. And so yeah, that led to the police and led to him getting beat by police. So he shared on social media as well his pictures of his face beaten up to show that he was really beaten up by police and Yeoksam police officers as well. A video came out on YouTube later on of a video from a CCTV footage showing what really happened between Kim Sang-kyo and Burning Sun staff. And so we can see that the director, Mr. Jang, was pretty much beating him up, and Kim Sang-kyo was restricted by the bodyguards, so he couldn't do anything, and he continued to be beaten up. When Kim Sang-kyo called the police, they actually came. So I'm gonna explain what happened. They actually came and they didn't reach for Mr. Jang because Mr. Jang, the director, went ahead into the Burning Sun and he left him with the security guard. And so they didn't reach to Mr. Jang and didn't even watch the CCTV, and so they came with an official document to arrest him. MBC News Desk contacted Burning Sun and the police officers of Yeoksam to ask about what happened and why did they arrest him. So Burning Sun stated that he was arrested because of sexual aggression, while Yeoksam police station stated that he was arrested because he created chaos and tried everything to stop Burning Sun's business, which is already two different things. So later on, Yeoksam police station again decided to investigate both allegations to see which are the ones who lie and which are the real victims, and you know, private thing. After all that speculation and order wall, Seoul Metropolitan Police decided to investigate the case to see who's lying and who's not lying, because obviously they need to know, because Yuksan police station, they didn't anything, and my gosh, like, who's lying in this? After what Seoul Metropolitan Police stated, pretty much Kim Sang-kyo decided to go in the official Blue House website, which is like the White House, Korean White House, yeah, to create a petition against Burning Sun, and more than 1,900 people signed it on February 29th, 2019. Somewhere else on social media, Burning Sun published on Instagram a apology of what happened and saying that the problematic staff will deal with. Personally, when someone says the problematic staff will dealt with, I'm kind of scared. That looks like I'm in Narcos. A new video came out on YouTube that shows a CCTV footage again of a woman being dragged by the hair on the floor through one of the Burning Sun corridor and thrown into a room. So we can see through the video that the woman was drunk, of course. She was being dragged by the hair. I wouldn't like that. And she tried to stop and get to her feet by trying to grip the computer and the desk, but she obviously failed, and I feel sorry for her. After that, she was pretty much just thrown into a room, random room, and I think that being thrown into a random room is pretty dangerous for her. So Burning Sun just erased that CCTV footage from their CCTV footages, and the person that posted that video on YouTube stated that this pretty much happens twice a day. Personally, I don't think that's a normal thing to do. That means that those girls are going to be used for sexual things, and yeah, I'm not okay with that. After that footage and the popularity that Burning Sun gained, like a lot of popularity and love, they pretty much stated that Mr. Jung, which was the director, was pretty much fired. But it's not Mr. Jung the problem. Actually, the problem is Burning Sun itself. So it won't change a lot. It's too late. And as if it wasn't enough, the rumors about drug consuming in Burning Sun spread out. And you have to know how bad drug rumors are bad in South Korea. Seunggi was going to Hong Kong for a concert, and he was needed there for his tour, but here was YG coming. YG decided to cancel the boarding of the dancers, the staff members, and the stylists for his concert, stating that they needed him for Blackpink. And so Seunggi was left alone with 2 dancers and some stylists that he has to fit out somewhere in Hong Kong. And the funny thing is that YG didn't even knew that he was on a tour, as if that doesn't show that YG wanted to separate themselves. Seunggi resigned himself from his position as a director from Burning Sun and pretty much all his positions on other companies except for Aoiramen that came later on. And although he stated that he loved his companies and his businesses and all that crazy stuff, he did that because and I quote, "I'm not supposed to be working when I'm enlisting, because in South Korea's law, when you're enlisting for the army, you should not be working on a high status role jobs, as in CEO, directors, and all that kind of stuff." So since he is the director, CEO, and co-founder and pretty much all the crazy stuff of many of his companies such as Beauty Holdings, Aoiramen, Monkey Museum, Arena, Burning Sun, and many others, he pretty much resigned, had to resign. But many people were speculating that that was false. He did that just because of the scandal. And that's up to you what you think about it, because personally, I don't know. It's logic, but I don't know. And so after his resigning, many people were asking themselves in social media and Seunggi, what was his role? What is your role, man? What is your role? So some people think that actually he knew what's happening in Burning Sun, which is probably obvious because he is one of the 7 that intern directors. Of course, not like intern as the internship, like intern as intern, like the inside of a company. So he is one of the 7 intern directors. So obviously he kind of know. I mean, yeah. But still, Seunggi said that he didn't know anything about it because he is the executive director, of course, but he did anything, like he is not related to management or any kind of thing. He is only a brand ambassador and the face of Burning Sun. But how can you believe that if he has 8% of the shares as a solo, like alone, and 20% through Beauty Holdings? He is the co-founder, like the co-CEO, and he's one of the 7 intern directors. That's not normal and by any means true. So you pretty much knew about this, baby. You knew about that. A staff member from Burning Sun stated that yes, Seunggi didn't know what was happening in Burning Sun. He was trying to protect him and saying that Seunggi only uses Burning Sun for profit rather than be there 100% and of course manage, which I still don't trust. I still don't, like, for me that's false. I mean, you have a company and you don't know anything about the company, you need some help. YGent Entertainment came out stating that they protect their artists, but there's always a but with me, but their private businesses, artists' private businesses are not something that YG is going to take care of because they are private businesses, which is pretty much normal. If I am a artist for my company, I wouldn't find normal that my company would get a hand over my business, private businesses, you know. So YG doesn't have anything to do with Burning Sun scandal, but still has something to do with the Burning Sun scandal. Then we actually discovered that the Burning Sun was going to close, and during the investigations, actually the police found out that the club was being destroyed, and so they stopped the destruction of the club because apparently they were destructing it to hide the evidences. So shady, really shady. And because of all of that, the Burning Sun scandal took a whole other turn, and that turn is what makes it worse, as if it wasn't enough for Seunggi. Drugs were sold in the Burning Sun club, and that's where things got worse, like literally worse. You should know that in South Korea, drugs are very a important matter, and I really mean it, because they can just let it slip. Like if you did a tax evasion or something like that, they can kind of let it slip and be like, okay, you have the first warning, but that's all. But everything that is mixed with drugs is like boom, like whole South Korea now talk about this, and not only South Korea right now. So as it's written in my book, because I wrote everything. Lee Man-ho was suspected of selling and distributing drugs, and actually Lee Man-ho is Seunggi's best friend, and the co-founder of Burning Sun. And so he was arrested with many other staff members, Burning Sun staff. And like there were about 40 people that were arrested, and oh my gosh, I can tell you that that's some serious shit. In this scandal, you can also find that those women that were used, or drunk women that they were used, were brought by merchandisers. So merchandisers are the people that promote the club outside and try to bring as much women as they can. They get paid $40, like around $40 for women brought into the club, and between 50 to 20% of what a male customer pays when they brought. So the more women they bring, the more male will come and the more money they will get paid. They were using those women to get them into the VIP rooms and serve as sexual tools for the male customers. Those women, the molge as they were called, it means pretty woman. They were used for this kind of thing. So they were harassed, they were aggressed, brutalized, and they were raped against their own will. But that was not enough. Those merchandisers were teaming up with the security guards to get the iPasses. An iPass is not a product made by Apple, not at all. An iPass is a pass for underage to enter the club. So in South Korea, underage should not go to the club. And if the police find out that there's underage in your club, then you have 2 warnings. The first warning, you have to close your club for 2 months. The second warning, 3 months. And the third warning, well, like the last time they found, your club is definitely closed, and so the license to open other clubs is retired. And as if not enough, to just contrast with what Sungi said, Dispatch, which I love so much, shared some screenshots of SMS of messages that shows that Sungi actually knew what was happening in Bernie's son. Also, we know that he was there the day that that woman, the drunk woman, was dragged into that room because of Girls' Generation Hyun's picture on Instagram that shows that they were both together in Bernie's son. And so he said that no, I wasn't there, and he obviously was there. And so YG said that yeah, he was there, but only until 1 in the morning, while that incident was happening 6 a.m. But that doesn't change anything, as if he doesn't know that. Now I'm gonna do a little preview of what I'm going to be talking about next video, the second part, which is the chat room. SBS Funny declared having messages from a chat room from Kakao Talk between Sungi, Yoon Suk, which is the co-founder of Fury Holdings, Mr. Kim, like a Mr. Kim that we don't know who is, a singer, and many other non-public persons, which later on we'll discover that they are actually public personalities. So yeah, those messages are from 2015, and in which we can see women pictures and videos of them without their knowledge, and also some sex tapes without their approbation or anything. So they were victims of spy cams, and they were shared in that chat room. Disgusting. So later on, the Anti-Corruption Commission stated that they own the original SMSs, proving that yes, Sungi was sex bribing and offering escort services for his profit. And Sungi, you get yourself into shit. So what the funny thing is the international K-pop fans' reaction. Many K-pop fans out there said like, no, he didn't do that. I'm a international K-pop fan, and fuck, I know he did it. So why in the bloody hell do you think he didn't? Like, many people were like, yes, he didn't do this, we don't believe it, like you SBS are saying shit and everything. You just have to know that in South Korea you cannot publish something without being true because of defamation, and the law is pretty strict about it. So when SBS published something like this, it's pretty much true. So for all those K-pop fans, international K-pop fans, saying that yes, Sungi can never do that, you pretty much need to go seek some help, because he's a criminal. And to pretty much finish this video, this case wasn't enough shitty. A Vietnamese news shared footage of Sungi getting high there. You have to know that in South Korea you don't have the right to consume drugs anywhere in the world if you're Korean. So consuming drugs in other countries is still illegal, and so he was consuming drugs. But YG Entertainment, of course, came out with saying no, that's shady, that's not true, he was only consuming happy balloons, because that's the only drug that South Korea allows, and happy balloons makes you high for about 1 minute and then you're okay. But still, everybody knew he was using drugs, and so they pretty much fucked it. So that's pretty much it for today's video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, like this video if you like that. Come out for next video because I'm going to do the part 2 of this series of the scandal that broke loose in South Korea, which is going to be about the chat room. Oh my gosh, this is even more exciting. So I'm gonna end up now because my camera is dying. And yeah, see you guys in my next video. Love you.
No, I don't wanna go too fast. No, cause nothing really lasts. Yeah, I think I need some time, but I can't get you off my mind. No, no, no.